There's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Dara Hart Riley, Vendor Services Coordinator for the Mountain Girl Experience, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Hour, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
We are our mothers, savage daughters, the ones who run barefoot, cursing sharp stones. We are our mothers, savage daughters, will not cut our hair, will not lower our voice.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father. And as always, I bring you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to welcome back my good friend, Dara Hart Riley, who is a vendor services coordinator for the Mountain Girl Experience. And that is a music and arts fundraiser with workshops, activities for the kids, a vendor's market, and art gallery. This event takes place Friday and Saturday, July 22nd and 23rd in downtown Pikeville, Kentucky. So you guys need to get out there and check this out and support every local that we have out there. And before I bring Dara on, please, everybody get out and support BODS Mayhem Hour. Subscribe to the YouTube page. It takes 2 seconds, folks. Just 2 seconds. Subscribe, click the notification bell. So that way you'll know anything and everything about BODS Mayhem Hour that comes up and you won't miss out and say, well, I didn't know about it. Well, there you go. You know everything about it. So Dara, welcome back to the podcast. And how you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's it going? It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. So we got you back on here to talk about the Mountain Girl Experience. Let's talk about this. How excited are you for the second Mountain Girl Experience that comes up Friday, July 22nd and 23rd in downtown Pikeville? Let's talk about that a little bit. How excited are you for this?
I'm so excited. This is our second go around. We did this last year and we had a really great turnout. It was a really beautiful event and we're excited to have it again. We're so excited to be back in downtown Pikeville.
For the people who don't know what Mountain Girl Experience is, can you give them a little backstory on this for the ones who don't know?
Yeah, so the Mountain Girl Experience is truly a grassroots project. We're really all about, gaining momentum and strength in numbers. It's like a coming together of all communities in East Kentucky. And we've got some from the Bluegrass coming to join us as well this year. It's really just a movement of music and arts and ideas. The fundraising that we're doing is for the West Care Perry Klein Emergency Shelter and for Turning Point Domestic Violence Services. The funding and awareness that this festival can bring these organizations is truly the heart of the Mountain Girl Experience.
You said grassroots. Let's talk about it a little bit. What do you mean by grassroots?
Grassroots is basically a movement. It's just ordinary, amazing people that want to make a difference, just kind of being like the main body of an organization.
So this is the Mountain Girl Experience second year. Have you seen it grow as far as vendors, bands, artists, sponsors, and workshops from last year to this year's event? Have you seen it grown possibly?
Yes, absolutely. We had a great lineup last year with all of our artists and musicians and workshops. And this year, I feel like we have kind of doubled. We've grown so much in just our second year. There's so many layers to this festival because we have so much going on. We've got some incredible bands if I can mention,
Sure.
it's going to take me a minute. We've got Abby the Spoon Lady. If you don't know Abby the Spoon Lady, you need to look her up. She is a free speech activist, a storyteller, and musician. And we've got Luna and the Mountain Jets. Love them. Amberly Winfrey Cadell, featuring Brother Smith. We've got Coletown Dixie, Beck and the Starlight Review, Jen Tackett. We've got Chelsea Nolan, Tiffany Williams. We've got Anna Klein. Let's see, Carla Gover is going to be there.
Nice.
Zoe Howard and the Yellow Line. That young lady has come so far, and I love watching her grow. There's also Sarah Kate Morgan, Cecilia Rod and Second Rodeo, Sydney Adams, Julie Goff and the Swag Tones. We've got Emily Jamerson doing some yoga, Ashlyn Smith, Maisie Manna, Courtney Mason, Emma Gilly. That's another a young lady that is really incredible. You got to look up Emma Gilly. Grace Ann Rogers, April Allen, Debbie Tuggle, Sarah Fightmaster, she rocks. Laura Helene, the Sunshine Girls, Carla Coppola, Meredith Mullins. Like, it's a mouthful. We've got so much going on. It's going to be really fun this year. I'm so excited.
How proud is everybody to see where this event has came from in a very short time to see where it is now?
I don't think that anybody really expected this to grow the way that it has. It just has blossomed into this incredible event that just brings so many people and communities together to raise money for, Perry Klein Emergency Shelter and for Turning Point Domestic Abuse Services. It's beautiful.
How did the event come about, and why is this event so important to not only you, but mountain people in general?
Let's see. That's kind of a hard question. I think that the biggest part of this is building our community so that we can come together and so that everyone's voices can be heard. And we want to be able to support all of our roots, our musicians, our artists, our workshops, our storytellers. All of these folks are coming together from all these different communities to help raise funding for these organizations that do so much for people who are struggling and need help. And they can find that safe space to land at Mountain Girl Experience. And it's not just for women. It's been organized by quite a few women, but it's for everybody. It's for mountain people.
You're right. So many people are scared to take that first step. They're afraid that, there's nobody going to listen to me. And there's no safe places out there. Well, they are, folks. These folks are here to help. Just because, you went through a bad experience, this all can change. You have to be the one to take that step forward and make this happen. But trust me, there is people to help you out there, honestly.
Yep, that's what we're here for. Also, like, you reminded me that the organization ROCKS is going to be with us. ROCKS stands for Recovery, Openness, Connection, Kinship, and Serenity. And they are going to be setting up a booth there. You can find them by their yellow balloons. And they have meetings for folks in recovery. And it's really hard for people in recovery to find a place where they can go, especially to see live music where they're not feeling like they don't have a safe space to land. This is the safe place to land at the ROCKS tent, because you can go to meetings there. They can sign off on your meetings there. If you're feeling triggered, you can hit up the ROCKS tent. It's going to be great. I'm really excited to have them.
And just to know, like I said previously, and just to know in the back of your mind that there is a place for you to go, that's the main thing right there to get you help, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you end up being a vendor services coordinator for the Mountain Girl Experience? Let's talk about that a little bit.
I recently had a really severe MS smog AD attack. And through that, and through that recovering process, I really wanted to get back into the workforce, but to be honest, I was scared. It's a lot, but they gave me a chance. They gave me an opportunity to continue to heal and to give me the confidence to get back out there in the workforce. And by doing this with these ladies, working together, and everybody works together so well, it has really brought me just to such a better place, because I'm seeing all of these women with the same passions and the same drive and the same talent, similar talents and interests. And we're all just working together, and it's just a great experience. I'm really blessed, really lucky to be able to work with this group of women.
And that's a huge key factor right there, is everybody getting along and everybody has that same passion and same drive. And when it all clicks and it all meshes, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, exactly. I think that another good thing about our group is that we're all teachable and we all want to hear each other's voices. And so I think that's what makes us a really good group with the Mountain Girl experience.
How much local support has this event gotten in the past 2 years that you've seen?
We have gotten such an incredible response from not only vendors, but sponsors and musicians and artists and writers. And just, we have so much support right now from the community that it just makes my heart swell. Like, we've got Kentucky Tourism Arts and Heritage Cabinet. We've got the Kentucky Foundation for Women, United Medical Group, Heinemann Settlement School is on that list too. They're helping us out. There's Pure Lux, the Smallwood Group, Alchemy Engineering, Mayor Tiffany Kraft of Whitesburg is going to be there, and she's supporting us too. There's U-Pike, Village Caregiving. They're a great organization. Red, Brown, and Williams, Appalachian Wireless Arena, Gearhart Communications. We've got the Appalachian Center for the Arts. When you hear people talk about the app in Pikeville, that's what they're talking about, the Appalachian Center for the Arts. Definitely check them out. There's Pikeville Tourism. Of course, the city of Pikeville. We want to thank the city of Pikeville for everything that they have done for us. Mountaintop Media, Mountain Music Exchange is always a great help as well. It's just, we've had so many incredible people lend us a hand.
And as I was talking to Dara before this podcast, I'm also going to be giving a BODS Mayhem Hour shirt, poster, and stickers away to be raffled. Hey, I'm pitching in too, folks, so I'm trying.
And we appreciate you. Thank you, John.
I'm just a guy behind the mic, does interviews at the house, so I love doing this. I absolutely love it.
Job.
So you have a New York Times bestseller coming into this event. Let's talk about that.
Yes, we do. We have so many incredible writers. The New York Times bestseller is Crystal Wilkinson. She has a memoir called Perfect Black. And like I said, it's a New York Times bestseller. And there's this description of her book on her website. If you haven't heard of Crystal Wilkinson, look her up. But there's this one quote that just kind of sticks to me. And it's, Wilkinson casts her glittering net of protection over the bodies and hearts of every Black girl. And I just think that that is the most beautiful statement. I mean, that it couldn't sum up her memoir better. It's incredible. We have some other writers coming. We have Ann Shelby, a children's writer. We have poetry workshops with Grace Ann Rogers. I would hate to miss anybody, any names here, but we've also got a telling your personal story, your she story. It's really about getting unstuck and moving forward. And that's from Mitzi Sinoff's workshop. If I've mispronounced her name, I'm so sorry. But you'll have to go to our Facebook page and check out our lineup. But we really do have so many incredible writers and artists.
What's your and everyone's expectations with this event, and where do you want to see this event going?
You know, it's really hard to say, but I want to see this grow, and I think the entire community does too. Everybody kind of reaching out, just a helping hand with this has shown me that people want this here. This is something that is needed in our community. And it's more than just a sisterhood. This is all mountain people coming together to make an impact using our roots, in music and art and storytelling to just make a difference and make voices heard. So I want to see that continue. I want to move forward with that. So hopefully we'll see you guys next year too.
It's a very powerful thing when you see people coming from every state and every, nick and cranny around here to help this event out. And I like seeing this. I like seeing locals supporting locals and, even people outside coming in. Like I said earlier, this is great. This is awesome. This area needs this for sure. What do you hope everyone takes away from this event while they're there?
A sense of community. Really and truly, that's it. Finding and connecting with people who understand you. And there was a moment last year when Abby the Spoon Lady was playing, and I kind of had tears in my eyes because it was just so beautiful. And I was like, okay, hold back the tears. Don't do that. And I looked around, and I was not the only woman standing there trying to hold back the tears because it was just such a beautiful moment, just because everybody you could tell was there for the same reasons, with the same goal, enjoying just this beautiful experience. I don't know how else to say it, but yeah, I want to see that happen again and again and again.
All right, let's talk about your vendors because we haven't mentioned them just as of yet.
So our vendors are another big supporter for this movement, for our mission. They have come to me and told me their stories and shared with me their work and given me just so much hope for the future of Appalachia and small business. Just so inspiring to think about, this is really a kind of starting over after the whole COVID situation, and to see these folks able to come back out and get a booth and be back out there on the vendors market is really exciting. But I'd like for you guys, if you can, to check out all of our vendors on our Mountain Girl Experience Facebook page. If you search the Mountain Girl Experience on Facebook, you're going to spell girl with 2 R's, GRRL. And you'll find us and you'll find our vendors. And we've got supporter spotlights. Those are our vendors. They're helping us a lot to raise those funds for Turning Point Domestic Violence Services and the Perry Klein West Care Emergency Shelter.
Dara, how can folks stay in touch with Mountain Girl Experience to be part of this, buy a booth, if they want to come out to this, or even get help? How can they do that, my friend?
Well, you can go to our website, themountaingirlexperience.com, and you can check us out on Facebook. Again, you're going to spell girl with 2 R's, like girl.
Girl, what's up, girl?
The Mountain Girl Experience. So you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on our website. You can find us on YouTube. Let's see. You can find us on TikTok. We're going to start doing some really good TikTok videos. So definitely follow us on TikTok.
Before I let you go, as before, I ask everybody to do this for me. Would you care to do a promo for my podcast?
This is Dara Hart Riley, Vendor Services Coordinator for the Mountain Girl Experience, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Please get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link and our YouTube link, and please subscribe to that YouTube link and hit the bell for all the notifications because we have a lot of stuff coming up that I know you guys and gals are going to dig. And please get out and check out the Mountain Girl Experience. This is a very awesome event that will help out many people. And let's just keep growing. July 22nd, 23rd in Pikeville, Kentucky. So let's get out there and check out this event. And hey, these events are specifically to help everybody, so take advantage of this. I also want to mention that I'm affiliated with Metal Inc. Forum Obscure, which is an online magazine which talk about obscure art. They do album reviews, things like that. So check those guys out. And I'm also affiliated with Diary of the Madman, the ultimate Aussie podcast with Dan and Josh, and trust me, they know everything and anything about Ozzy Osbourne more than I do, like his shoe size, his shirts, all that stuff. So give those guys a fair shot and listen to them too. So Dara, thank you so much for being back on the podcast, and thank you all for what you're doing for Mountain Girl Experience and locally.
Thank you.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.